Okay guys, I've been working on my horn button. Now let me show you guys what I did so far. First of all, let me show you, for those of you that have a Bigdog and you don't know what the inside of your hand controls look like, I'm going to show you. This is your board here. Where my piece of tape is, in a minute you'll understand why I put the piece of tape here. But this is where your horn button is. These are your turn signal. This is your left turn signal, and this is your high-low for your headlight. Now these kind of buttons on here, these are called, hold on a second, let's do this properly. These are called membrane buttons. Okay, so here's your piece of aluminum, your aluminum housing, and naturally you have buttons on here. I took the buttons off for now. Then you have this piece of silicone that falls in there, and then your board screws on top of that. Then there's a little pigtail that goes into your in this case we have 6 pins of pigtail bolts on there. So what I had to do in order to make this button here work is I cut a piece of copper. I believe it was I believe this is 1/8 of an inch thick copper I used. I sanded it down. I think I used 600 grit, and I gave it a little bit of shape. Then I had to drill a 12mm hole for this button. Now the leads in the back of that button, I had to grind them down, or I couldn't get the silicone. I don't know what you'd call this. I guess this is the silicone thing that holds your buttons in. But this is what presses your membrane buttons on your board down, on the circuit board down. So there's that little bolt that goes inside there. I don't know if it's the glare I'm getting from this window here, or maybe my camera lens is messed up. Now what we're going to do next is I'm going to mix a little bit of epoxy resin, and we're going to put epoxy resin in these areas here. That way it'll lock it in place, and it shouldn't go anywhere. Okay, then that fits in there, and everything fits in nice and flush, believe it or not. It's going to work. Okay, see, that fits down in there. Now what we're going to have to do is my 2 wires, I have to solder 2 wires on the end of this. And then what we'll have to do is I'm going to have to burn like a little channel in this silicone. I'll probably have to burn like a channel there and a channel probably each side of where the screw hole is for my wires to come out. And let me see, I don't think I can mess with this at all. Because I really, you know what, I could probably grind a little channel here for each wire. I'm pretty sure there's no, I'm not going to interfere with anything. Yeah, I think we could pull that off, guys. See, look. I think we'll be safe. What I'll do is I'll grind a little channel on each side corresponding on this board here. And then my wires, I have to fish the wires inside of the handlebar. And then they have to come down the main frame of the motorcycle frame, and they'll come out where the battery compartment is. And I can wire this up to my relay, and we'll have an inline fuse, and I'll actually have a working horn. So, you know, the button's going to be right there. You know, it's not pretty, but I'll have a working horn. I need a horn. I wanted a horn since I got this motorcycle. There's been a lot of times where I'm reaching for the horn button, I'm pressing the button, and I have no horn. So that's that. Because I have no idea how to wire up a horn to this existing board. I have absolutely no idea. I'm not going to even begin to mess around with this. Catch you later.